Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shenanigans. So, you guys have made it out of the forest and into the Alardian Crest.
And
Rod definitely made out
into everyone's hearts.
The Alardian Crest is this nice, short section of flat land, this kind of a steppy terrain. It's only about 10 miles wide where you are, but it is quite long and in a nice crescent shape. Beyond here, you can see the Great Horn rising out of the plains before you, well down the way. It's basically this large peak built off of these ranges of hills, not even quite mountains. It looks nothing like a horn whatsoever, so you're not sure why it's named the Great Horn, but hey, that's just how it goes. And the road kind of disappears. Just kind of vanishes into the grasslands that you're standing in. How would you like to get to the Lupin Lore? Would you like to go...
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
Would you like to go north of the Great Horn? Or south of the Great Horn? Or do you want to go over the Great Horn?
This is where...
or under.
We turn to Haroon. Turn to Haroon.
Are there like Mine Gloria we can do?
Ooh, if you want.
Nina's a ranger, isn't she?
Not fight a Balrog today, that's all I'm saying. I'll fight anything, not a Balrog though.
You have something else planned? You have something better than a Balrog planned?
Hopefully.
If so, you need an extra?
Wait, we don't have a wizard to fight a Balrog.
They don't really fight them. They just sort of fall in a pit with them.
But he'll sacrifice himself for us? Yeah. Meh. Anyway.
You only need someone to sacrifice himself for you if you lose.
Okay.
So we paused. Maybe we're having a snack at the end of the road. Morton's we're with two. We got a party of 2 rangers, right? Or maybe 1.5 rangers.
I'm not a ranger.
A ranger and a fighter and a cleric.
Okay, we've got at least the 1 ranger. So we're waiting for Nina to lead us off road.
So we're heading which way now?
That's reassuring.
So let's take a look at the map, everybody.
You could kind of go right where it actually says Tempian Range and go through. It looks like there's sort of a slot through the hills there. Because I'm assuming that each hill is literally where a hill is.
So
just like the forest has 1 tree for every tree on the map, and no more.
And no less.
Yes.
When it's lumberjack season, then
we seek out this tree.
Neil has a fit having to update the map.
I know, man. Every time the players go through and destroy some trees or something, I gotta go and carefully remove the exact one. It's a real bitch.
Remember the time when you got the wrong tree on there?
Oh my god. You know how long it took to find the right one and redraw that individual tree?
Well, it matters.
It does. Always save your work, guys. Always save your work.
That's what my math teacher said. That person was smart. That's all I got on that. Sorry.
All right. So should we kind of cut through that slot where it says Tempian Range?
Yeah. Let's cut right through the slot.
As you wish.
Wait. Do you think there's any
just south of the Great Horn?
Actually, it's been about 21 miles since you left Berkshire.
No, it's been like 10.
Well, it's been 17, but with the winding path, it's been 20-something. Yes. Actually, so the sun is going down as you reach the plains. You might want to rest here for the night.
Wait, what is the little thing right there? We just went through Berkshire. Is there Bjorn's house, or what is that thing there?
That is the party. That is you.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe we'd actually arrived at some sort of nifty thing.
There's actually a tavern, a roadside inn, just up the forest a little bit from where you are here, if you'd like to stop for the night.
Because I forgot to buy a tent.
Yeah.
I do have a tower shield, a spare tower shield I could use as shelter. But
so there is an inn.
Much better.
A merry old inn?
Very old inn.
Beneath an old gray hill?
Beneath the blue skies.
I don't
Some
get this
sound.
reference.
There do they brew a beer so brown?
I don't get this one.
That
Do they have a stables for Dick Emmett,
they do?
my faithful steed?
How did you? Never mind.
I don't remember.
You always have the weirdest names. And I'm not one to criticize because my names are dumb, but your names are weird. Dick Emmett, Georg. All right, you enter this roadside tavern.
All right.
Oh, it's not really roadside, but this, you know.
Where does this road go? It just goes out to here and then stops.
The road leads to this tavern, I guess, right?
Yeah, well, the
There's
road.
not much traffic between Desu and the tavern.
No, there's traffic from the east towards. I'm sorry, the west towards Wicthron Marenta, and everyone goes through Berkshire. So there's kind of once you hit here, where the party is standing. Some people head over here to Rencor. Other people head up to Darcis. Some people come up the crest over here. Some people come down the crest over here. Like, there's a lot of different directions to go. But if you're
it's like
And
frontier,
no particular roads?
yeah, if you're over in this section of the world over here, and you're wanting to head east, you're going to come through this route. So once you hit here, it's a road, but beyond that, it's kind of
It's like open plain. I'm not, like,
Yeah.
I'm imagining like prairies.
yeah,
Like the American West.
yeah,
Kind of like the realm of Rohan, if you will.
like
Sure.
like grab a rifle and start shooting some bison as you drive by.
Aw, bison are almost extinct.
Yep.
That makes
Are they almost extinct here?
Nope. Tons of bison, as far as the eye can see. Herds after herd. Well, not right where you're standing, but, you know, there's a lot of bison around. American bison. None of this Canadian bison crap.
So is that what they're serving at this tavern? What's the tavern called? Did you say there was a name or no?
I did not say there was what the name was. There's no name on the sign out front. And there is indeed a roasting haunch of bison in the
Ah, yes.
over a spit out front of the tavern. There's kind of like a big roaring fire and a bronze pole. The rear end of a bison stuck onto it, and they're just
I know what I'm having. Have them put on one for you too.
The proprietor sees you guys coming. He's turning the bison out there and gives you a bit of a wave and says, "Howdy, travelers!" Weird folk, though. Bound to keep an eye and make sure that things are done right. Oh, you know the type. Oh, like that guy, he says, pointing to Nana. Weird folk. You know, the sort that keep to themselves, keep their hoods up, wear dark clothes, whisper in the corners and shadows. The ones that ask strange questions and plot.
Just sit there in the corner smoking a pipe.
Well, we don't allow smoking in our establishment. It's a filthy habit.
kind
I
of.
agree. I have to say, this is a quaint little roadhouse.
Well, thank you.
Fire me up some beef.
All on the way, good cleric.
So, Innkeep, I imagine you must know the area well, and especially with the tales that travelers tell. We were trying to decide our way to the Lupin lore, and it occurs to me that there might be great, dangerous, and deadly creatures dwelling on the Horn.
Well,
Are
we
there?
climb the horn.
There certainly are. Are you planning on heading up the horn itself?
Well, not unless there's great, deadly creatures there.
Well, there are, but does that make you want to go there?
Well, yes.
But you
No
want to
point,
go...
'cause there's no deadly creatures.
I thought the idea was to avoid the deadly creatures.
Aren't the
What?
dire wolves deadly enough, Faroon? How many?
We're not going to kill dire wolves. We're going to tame one. To get a dire wolf pup at the very least.
Well, hold on now there, buddy. I know there's dire wolves, and you look like a fearsome sort, but there's also werewolves out in the Lupin lore. And those creatures you can't necessarily tame without some silver in your hand.
You
They
have
like money, do they?
No. Well, I'm sure they do like money, actually, but
Are
I mean, I guess maybe you can buy him off. I don't know. I've never tried to negotiate with a werewolf. I don't know if that's a
are
thing they
werewolves
do.
that common in the Lupin lore? I guess the name is Lupin lore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably we could stop in Rencor on the way up and pick you boys up some silver. I look to the.
Oh yeah, that's true. I suppose it would make sense to go to Redcore.
How fat are our silver pouches, boys? I lean in, like cutting the bartender out of the conversation.
I don't have all that much.
I don't have any silver.
Okay, we can definitely.
Somehow saving the town from a giant plague of bunnies was not as profitable as you might have thought. Nor was being beaten to unconsciousness by a rampaging mob.
Does anyone have any
Neither of
money?
these things really paid off for me now.
Well, we can get Naina some silvered arrows. I think Haroon's going to be out of luck if we fight a werewolf. You can wrestle them to the ground, and I can bop them on the head with my shillelagh.
The innkeep calls to you. I couldn't help but overhear you guys are a little short on cash.
I think the chat or the stream.
You need us together.
Short on
more
cash,
zebra hooves.
but wealthy in love.
Neil, sums up with the stream.
It's fine on this end.
Oh,
I think it's probably more of a Twitch issue. There's nothing I can do about it. It's normal bit rate and no dropped frames. So,
like viewers dropped in half, and I see frozen screen.
I see a frozen screen too.
well, try refreshing the page. Anyway, let's keep going.
Okay. The innkeeper was just making fun of us for being poor, and I was deciding whether or not to be offended.
He was going to ask us to go retrieve 4 zebra hooves.
Oh God! Never again.
See, I always wondered about that because every zebra should provide 4 zebra hooves.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them didn't even have zebra hooves, so I was always
I think it's
speculating about
to
the
reflect
mysterious
being
hovering
harvesting.
with zebra of the plain.
All right, hold on. Rob, you're an American, right?
Yes,
Born and raised in the United States.
of course.
Why are you saying zebra?
Not play WoW, Neil.
World of Warcraft on your horde side. It's one of the early quests as you go out.
But zebra. We say zebra.
There were zebras.
It was ever ZHERA.
Zebra.
Okay.
Zebras.
Okay.
They had horns. They were like zebras.
Okay.
And you murdered them for their hooves as a quest reward.
For some reason, none of them ever. Yeah, like 1 in 4 dropped a hoof, even though all of them should have hooves.
Should have had 4 hooves. It should have been 1 zebra. Boom, done with the quest.
Okay. I just got it. I thought you were saying zebras as zebras, like the other people, the other English-speaking countries do. Crazy bastards.
Well, see, I'm Hispanic, so you probably couldn't understand the difference between when I said B and B.
Your accent is so strong, Rob. I just, sometimes I look at you and I'm like, what did he say? All right. There's the innkeep. He looks at you guys and says, yeah, money problems. Well, there might be a cure for that. Why don't you guys come inside? There might be a way for you to make some money if you're got the strength.
We're inside, aren't we? We're like sitting down in the inn, or is there like a?
You guys are still standing outside.
Yeah.
Near the roasting spit.
Oh, okay. I guess he can lure us away from the smell of meat.
All right, he takes you to the front door and says, "Boys, welcome to the Double Deuce," and throws open the doors. And the inside is a rowdy bar room filled with wood chips and kind of sawdust. People are drinking all over the place. It's a huge common room with a few broken tables and actual fist fight already happening on the barroom floor.
My word.
Mm-hmm.
My kind of place.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We can use a cleric of Martha here to make sure things go proper, but we also need a good bouncer. There's a band coming through tonight, and our current bouncer,
Flutes and lyres? I heard they're good.
No, we couldn't book them. They're too expensive. He gestures with his elbow to an unconscious guy sitting next to the door, or lying, back against the wall. He goes, "Our current bouncer is all unconscious-like. We might need a new bouncer or set of bouncers to deal with the crowd today." You guys up for the task?
Sure.
I think Morton is
My
already
pleasure.
in the thick of things, pulling out his cudgel and breaking up the fight.
All right. How do you break up the fight, Morton?
I pull out my cudgel and break up the fight.
But what do you do to break up the fight?
I interpose myself between the two. Are they like,
They're like, grabbing each other's shirts and pounding their fists into each other's faces.
Boys,
like
boys!
Wild West movie.
Yeah, I mean, I roll initiative and break up the fight, I guess is what I'm... Yeah.
All right, roll me a little bit of initiative.
We can do non-lethal, or do I have to roll saps or something like that? Is that how
we can just do non-lethal.
works?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll me that initiative, Ryan.
RD10 plus, I think, 4? 9?
All right. One of the guys goes first before you, takes a swing at his opponent, whaps him hard in the face, and then it's your turn.
Yeah, I jump in and try to break up the fight. How's my...
Give me a roll to hit.
Yeah, I think I'm going to...
Do you have a spell for this? Wouldn't hypnosis be like the way to do this?
I don't want to waste my spells on drunkards.
Like hypnosis would solve the entire problem? Then you could just tell them to buy more beer?
Yeah, I mean, I've got command and I've got hold person, but I think I just break
So
up the fight.
basically you're optimized to break up the bar fight.
Okay, so I miss. I make a grab attack and a club attack, and I just succeed in throwing myself in, and I'm like scolding them.
All right.
Get your hands off him, young man! And like grabs and swings and...
The two remain throwing blows at each other, ignoring you. Ooh, critical hit, normal hit. Okay, one of the guy has a broken nose, blood streaming down his face. The other guy has already spit out a tooth, and his face is kind of swelling with a purplish glow. Give me another roll of hit, another attempt or something.
Another round of
Morton putting people in timeout.
initiative not required. So that's
Wait, don't we get to axe now, the rest of us?
Oh yeah, sure. I thought you guys were just watching.
I am just
No
watching.
way.
all right. So do you want to
All right.
jump in after I finish my? I'm gonna roll the second.
Well, after you start things off there, I'm going to stride into the
So do you
middle
want
of
me
the
to
room.
just roll non-lethal damage, or should I roll that
Actually, no.
and
I'm
just
not
KO?
Roll non-lethal damage, and Rob, I want to hear what you're doing.
Okay,
All right.
one gets popped on the head
I'm
for
gonna
1 point of damage, and one I grab like the scruff of his shirt and I pull him to his feet.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to stride into the middle of the room.
Yeah.
Inhale as deep as I can. And then with my loudest orc battle words, "Ah!" like sustain it for like 45 seconds or so. "Ah! Stop that!"
Haroon, calm down. We're supposed to be breaking the fight up, not inciting them to riot.
The bar goes quiet. Everyone turns to look at Hrun and Morton.
The fight stops now. Anyone wants to keep fighting, get in line and I'll beat you individually, or we can speed this up with groups.
One guy kicks his chair back and stands up. He's got to be like 6'8", 400
He's 2 inches
pounds.
taller than me.
Yeah, he's going to be like 400 pounds. He's just a big, burly man. He takes a few steps towards you, knocking over his chair in the process. It's just the two of you. Well, there's a lot of people here, but no one else is talking. It's all silent, and he comes walking over to you. You said 2 inches taller or shorter than you?
He's 2 inches shorter than me.
Okay, yeah. He comes over to you, a little bit shorter, but a lot heavier, a lot kind of just bigger around, and gets real close to you and says, "Who the hell do you think you are?"
Rune Tara.
I think there's a snap as I break the guy's nose back into place. And I've let go of whoever I grabbed or whatever. And I'm like on top of whoever I whacked on the floor.
I pull out my whip and try to crack it near this big dude. If I can do that, or do I need to roll?
Make me a called shot.
I don't want to hit him. I just want to crack it near him.
Yeah, give me a roll to hit again with a penalty of 4.
Penalty of 4.
Yep, but you only got to hit AC 10. You don't crack it near him.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I didn't add my +3.
That's only brings it to an 8.
Yeah.
Why is there -4? Is he called shotting?
He's called shotting. He wants to crack it next to the guy, but not on him. So now make me another attack roll, because you failed to crack it next to him, but maybe you cracked it on him.
Still at -1?
No, a normal attack roll.
Or another innocent bystander. Haroon on his ass.
Oh, Jesus.
You whip him. You go to crack the whip near him, and instead like slashes him across the face. Roll me some damage.
It's a D2. How would I roll that in D4 or in roll 20?
Just D2.
How do I put it to D2?
Just roll it manually. Do /R space D2.
Oh. Two.
There's a red slash appears across his face, and it starts to leak
listen,
blood.
big boy, you deal with him, you gotta deal with me, and I'm much worse than that big guy is.
He turns to look to you.
He sees this 4'9" pale elf.
Starts
lady.
walking over towards you, completely ignoring Hrun, and walks right up to you and towers over you, looking down.
I'm looking like straight up. Like, what's up?
You want to dance, little woman?
What kind of dance music you got here?
He goes to grab you by your collar.
Back attack. I come up.
Roll a hit.
Yeah. That's what's up.
No.
Oh, come on.
Nope. It whistles through the air, clattering on a table next to him. He ignores it. His hand shoots out, grabs Nana. Well, actually, what's your dexterity? You probably have pretty high.
Dex is 19, so if we're doing just the armor without the AC, AC without the armor, it's going to be 14.
All right. He goes to grab you by the collar, but you deftly step away. At this point, 2 other people from the table he was standing at or sitting at get up. They're not nearly as big as him, but they're big fellas. And they start coming over to you guys as well. One towards Hrun and one towards Morton. And I think at this point we should roll initiative and do this for real.
Oh, fuck yeah. Where did I put the dice?
11 with weapon speed. Or with casting time.
Okay. As the battle
The bastard sword
begins to start, yes. The audience, the crowd in the Double Deuce begins to stand up and cheer and jeer and shout, "Fight, fight, fight, fight," and start yelling, encouraging the battle.
Wait, they were just having a full-scale bar fight.
There were some people bar fighting.
All riled up.
All right. 11, 6, 11. And we will do... All right, Rob, one of the new guys comes over towards you, and he goes first. He swings his big, meaty fist at you for a 12 against AC.
16, I believe.
Ooh.
Wearing splint mail.
All right, he slams his fist into your splint mail and shakes his hand in pain, MacGyver style. Rob, your turn.
I just kind of look down and go, "Nice effort." And then I'm just gonna I'm gonna whip out the swords since I've been fight dual wielding these things for non-lethal, and just sort of punch him in the face with the pommel of the sword.
Okay. Give me a roll to
I'll
hit.
try to put him down. All right. Remind myself what my bonus for this is. And my bonus on this is...
Yes.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Sorry, I had to remind myself what the actual bonus was. Well, he's AC 10 though.
He is AC 10. You crack him in the head.
For 8 non-lethal.
Ooh. Oh my. Where are
I don't know that you can apply all of your strength bonus with a sword and make it. I guess the pommel.
The book
Yeah,
says so.
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think it does. There's no mention of non-lethal in this edition, and they've got like
Second edition? You know, there's a mention of non-lethal.
I think it's in the DMG.
Okay.
Yeah, it just says somewhere you can do non-lethal if you want. You might have a penalty to hit, though, actually.
I think it was... I don't know if there was a penalty to hit. I think it was just the 25% of it, because they just had to make it complicated.
Unarmed,
keeping-wise.
by default, I think is non-lethal except for a certain percentage.
Yeah, I think it was 25% of non-lethal is real or something.
Yes, which is just way too hard to figure out. Attacking without killing. Da-da-da-da-da.
He says the flats and blades and things.
Weapons and defense. A character attempting to punch, wrestle, blah, 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 blah. It is possible to make an armed attack without causing serious damage, striking with the flat of a blade, for example. First, the character must be using a weapon that enables him to control the damage he inflicts. This is impossible with an arrow or sling. It isn't even feasible with a warhammer or mace. It could be done with swords and axes, as long as the blade can be turned so it doesn't cut. Second, the character has a -4 penalty to the attack roll.
Oh.
Since handling the weapon is way clumsier than usual, the damage from such attacks is 50% normal. 1/2 of the damage is temporary, lasting 1 turn after the fight is over, and causing unconsciousness, never death, if the character drops below 0.
So he didn't even hit him.
So either you missed or that was lethal damage.
All right.
Yes.
So I got to do the
And
second.
I think Morton's just, I guess, used lethal damage, but it was only one.
Yeah, you can't.
And I used lethal damage, and then I immediately healed it the round after with a. Well, maybe I did.
Okay.
All right. So
Second
I'll
attack?
go with the second attack then.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a -1 total to hit.
There we go.
There's your hit.
I actually didn't heal the guy 1 point of damage. I fucked up.
D20 plus 14 heals?
That's a healing proficiency that was failed. Doesn't matter.
Them strength proficiencies, yo.
You hit him for 6.
That does. You said it does half damage though if he's doing it.
So it wasn't clear. It sounds like it does 6 damage, but half of it disappears after a few rounds. Is that what you read, or is
the
it
damage from such an attack is 50% normal, semicolon. 1/2 of this damage is temporary. So I think it does half damage, and then half of the half damage is...
No. I would interpret it as it does half damage, the semicolon indicating that it's expanding on the rest of the previous...
No, it would have just been a comma if it was expanding on it. Wait, hold on.
Why would they have it and then have it again? I think it halves it because half of it's temporary, but the full damage still counts for determining HP to knockout.
Oh, I see. Half of the damage from such an attack is 50%, 1/2
It deals 3 damage, but it does 3 points of temporary damage.
Okay. I can get behind that.
Why would you do 1? That'd just be stupid to do 1.5 and 1.5. No.
Yeah, quarter real damage, quarter temporary damage.
No, I think it's half real, half KO damage. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, I mean, it would make sense because you're going to do a lot less temporary damage with the flat of your blade than you would real damage with the side of your blade.
Yeah. Up to you.
Anyway, you hit him for 6 points.
Mm-hmm.
It's been accounted for accordingly. Ryan and Eric, your turn simultaneously.
No means no. I cast Hold Person.
On which one?
Only one. So only the one that's sexually harassing Nana.
Does he get a save?
Yeah,
He fails it.
Okay, he gets a save at a -2 penalty.
He fails it. He rolls a 6 and freezes in place, looming over Nana, ready to do something awful to her. Nana, it's your turn.
I look at the third one and I called shot, whip the legs to tie him up and make him immobile.
Ooh, give me a roll to hit.
At minus.
Just make a roll to hit, and we'll make adjustments afterwards. I got to look up the rules for whipping like that.
I think it'd be a trip.
He whipped it.
Combat and tactics.
It is,
Whipped
but
it
whip
good.
gets a +2 to trip attempts.
Yes.
Oh, I got +2.
Well, just roll the dice. Just roll
I
the
did.
dice.
I rolled 11 plus my melee, which is 3, so 14.
Okay, so it's a 16 to hit. And trip attacks. Trip, 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 trip. Here we go. You make a normal attack roll. If he hits, make an opposed roll of your strength against the defender's dexterity or strength, whichever is better. So give me a strength check, Nana.
Not my best.
And who are you? Are you doing this on the one that's against Morton or Hrun?
Whichever one had, like, the one, not the one that just got hit in the head, and not the one that's held. The third.
Those are
one.
the same guy.
The one that's coming at me.
Said there were
There's
three
one
guys.
coming at me that hasn't made his attack this round yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted to do.
All right, give me your strength check.
Roll. Shit.
+2 for
Oh, +2?
for being a whip.
Oh,
Okay, 17.
17. You both fall down.
Okay.
So you go to pull and trip him, and he loses his feet, and you lose your feet, and you both tumble to the ground. And we roll initiative for next round.
All right,
No,
got him
wait,
down.
sorry, the other guy, the one
No, he
directly
just
below.
fell down.
Oh,
He
right.
He can stand up on his turn. And
Yeah, so his turn, he can't really stand. His feet are lashed together. He grabs the whip, pulls Nana towards him. You can let go of the whip if you want, Nana, but he just drags you across the floor.
Fuck no, I'm not gonna let go of this whip.
All right, he pulls you across and tries to drop an elbow on your trachea, but misses wildly and slams his elbow into the barroom floor with a resounding, "Ah, my funny bone! Oh dear God, it feels so weird! Oh, what is this feeling? Oh God!" Initiative roll
For all of us?
for everyone.
Oh shit, that was a D20. Sorry.
It's okay. It was still within the range.
Oh, even better.
Ba-ba-ba. Everybody goes first. Well, everyone goes before the NPC.
So I want to do what he attempted to do to me, and I want to drop a people's elbow on him.
Bring it on, Mao.
Is the crowd cheering or?
Yes, they are cheering any sort of battle.
Right. I still have my whip in one hand, though. Does that do any penalty or anything?
No, you're just
No?
not using it. You're
Yeah.
doing an unarmed attack.
All right.
That's fine.
People's elbow.
Wham! Right into him. Give me a D6 for damage.
Nice.
6 with an elbow?
I mean, elbow on someone's throat? That sounds about right.
I mean, I didn't call the throat, but sure.
It's a bar fight. It's close enough. Alright, you slam your elbow into him. He reels from the blow, but begins to gather his courage again when Hobgoblin cracks him with a cudgel.
Is that a crit?
No. Well, he's actually prone, which gives you another +4 to
That was
hit,
a
so
+1.
yes.
That would be.
That's +1. I already included +1. But there's.
He's prone, which gives you a +4 to hit him. You wouldn't do high ground in that case. So another +3, 22 is a crit.
Okay, sure.
7 damage. You bludgeon the crap out of him, but he remains. Give me
Are you
a...
serious?
Yeah. I need a D10 and a 2D4. Because he fails to save versus death.
Ooh, good thing I'm using...
Versus death, I'm sorry.
No effects.
No effects? Okay.
No,
How
should've been-
unfortunate.
Should have been using my quarterstaff. That's a size large.
Run!
Got my thwacking stick.
So what? I mean, so many people have been tripped and dragged. What do I actually have around me now?
All right. So you've got the crowd cheering. You've got the big guy who's just 2 inches shorter than you, but like 400 pounds of pure raging muscle, who's frozen in place, looking down at where Nana was. You've got one guy rolling back and forth on the ground, clutching his elbow, screaming about his funny bone. And then you've got another guy that...
Funny bone after taking 7 damage of righteous fury.
No, man, that's totally different. You hit your funny bone once and you're out of combat for like 5 rounds. That shit is devastating. There's another guy who Nana has elbowed to the throat and Morton has cudgeled to the torso.
Yeah, I elbowed the guy who tried to elbow me.
Right. Okay, so you guys are doing this against the person rolling around on the floor.
That's right. So he's got like exceptional con or multiple hit die, or he's taken 7 from me and
Wait, so
4
there's
from Nina.
So there's one that's he hurt his funny bone and he's being cudgeled?
Yes, and he's being beaten by Nana and Morton. And there's another guy who's standing before you. The guy that you just punched in the face.
In other words, we've got it covered on the floor.
Okay.
Beating this poor guy to death.
Do I have initiative over the guy?
Yes, you have initiative over the guy in front of you.
All right, let's go for a 1-2 double pommeling.
A 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. 4.
So let's see, we had a -1. Oops. And the second one.
6.
Ah,
oh, God. You swing your pommeled fists back and forth, but to no avail. The guy drops his shoulder and plows himself into you, connecting with you.
Attacks of opportunity at +4. But those have to be full-on attacks.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do unarmed attacks of opportunity. Or non-lethal attacks of opportunity. But he drops his shoulder, plows into you, tries to lift you up with a strength check. That's a D12. Lifts you up to his shoulder, and then just topples backwards with you. I don't know what that's called, but slamming you into the ground for 6 points of damage, temporary damage. He just kind of plows you into the ground. Give me a dex check to hold on to your weapons as you are slightly stunned from the blow.
Okay, I didn't get to do a strength check to avoid being knocked over or anything?
Well, he was just lifting you up. He wasn't pushing you over. He lifted you.
It was like a wrestling maneuver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Suplex.
Yeah.
All right, so a dex check, you said?
Yeah.
Let me see. What is my dex? It's only 11.
Or whatever the Mexican wrestling.
Yes. Luca Libre.
Courtesy of Tabletop Audio.
Gotta love Tabletop Audio, man. Oh, beautiful. You hit the ground with the kind of birds flying around your head, but even in your altered state, you never let go of your swords. You get your 3rd attack right now, as you and this guy are lying on the ground.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you are.
20 -1.
Whap him to the head.
Enough.
For 8.
Half of that's... yeah. You crack him, and he dazes out and just kind of lies on the ground, stunned and out of combat. Next round initiative.
So I just announced I wanted him to feel he was doing well before I put him down.
Oh, yeah.
4 for Nana. Morton gets a 5. Rob gets a... Ryan, could you shift your camera just a little bit? Because you're kind of off-center.
Not exactly.
Could you shift your person a little bit? Because you're just a little to the left and your face is getting cut off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Look,
to the left. To the left.
We just want to see more of you, Ryan. That's all.
Eh.
We're like your girlfriend. We just keep want to see more of your pretty face. All right, he is last.
Can you tilt it at an angle so it look like a old '60s Batman fight scene?
Is that wait? Is it like this? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Murder them, Nana.
Like this.
Oh, the cockeyed. Wham!
Yeah.
We lost him. Okay.
It's all right. He rolls a 13 for initiative. So, Nana, you've got this guy. You've elbowed him once in the trachea. Morton's cudgeled him in the side.
And he's still trying to get up.
Oh, he's clutching his elbow and still screaming about his funny bone. But
All right.
you can see that he's recovering.
Do you want me to finish him? I'm gonna do like a jumping in the air and then slam both my feet on his chest maneuver.
Oh no! Is that non-lethal?
Sure. Nana, you hop, you get to your feet, you jump, flip over your shoulders, and bring your heels down on his chest. Roll to hit.
I'm not wearing heels. I'm like not trying to do lethal damage.
No. The heels of your feet, not like high heels.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Yeah. Yes, you do a flip and land on him, heels first, plunging into his chest.
Just enough. Holy shit.
Give me a d6 for damage. 4.
That was close.
You hear a rib crack inside of him, and his cries about his funny bone slowly fade as he goes unconscious. The crowd around you guys cheers and claps and shouts for more! More!
There will be no more fighting tonight.
Boo!
I administer healing. I fail. To administer healing. I like pull out my bandages and don't get to the guy in time because I'm distracted by all the booing. We've still got one guy who's held for another it's a total of 10 minutes, 10 rounds. So
If you're good, maybe we'll fight someone later.
Woo! A
Alright,
cheer
so
goes
out
through
of
the
combat
crowd.
now?
Yeah, we're out of combat.
Alright,
And
I go to the big guy and I'm like, told you I'm a problem, and I give him a little push.
he teeters. Actually, he's 400 pounds. You got to give me a strength
400
check.
pounds?
But he's held person, like
But he's still 400 pounds.
But he's also 6'8", so he should be like a tower, easily pushed over.
So just make me a strength check.
Fine.
You're like 4 feet tall. You can barely reach him.
Yeah, but it wouldn't take that much.
There
to
you
push.
go. 21. That's all it took. You toppled him to the ground. He lands with a thud and remains motionless. The bar returns to its drinking, less obnoxious state, and the proprietor comes over to you guys and goes, "Well, aren't I glad you guys showed up? It's only going to get worse once the band shows up, so good luck, and I hope this will be a mutually beneficial experience. Now I got to go roast some more bison. Which part do you guys like, the head or the tail?"
All of it.
Literally, that's it. The head of the tail.
Well, the front quarters are the real quarters. Rear quarters.
The middle. Do you not know how to butcher a bison?
Do you want the meat from the ribs forward or the ribs backwards?
The ribs. We want the ribs.
Absolutely.
And the ribs forward and the ribs backwards. The whole bison.
I'll take a couple ribs and the shoulder.
Arthur certainly got an appetite tonight. All right, whole ribs it is. And he heads back out to the grill.
I administer first aid to the unconscious bodies as we toss them in a heap out.
The 6 I took, was that non-lethal since it was sort of
It was
wrestling?
temporary, yeah.
Temporary, okay.
And
I guess 2 of it, a quarter of it is real damage. But hopefully Morton will patch you up.
Yeah, I'll throw 2 Orsons your way.
Oh, God. Okay. All right, so this is going on. The crowd is kind of getting back to their normal drinking self. It's a little bit rowdy, but you guys managed to keep the peace. A few minutes later, though, a woman comes up towards Morton. She's dressed in tight silks that have been wrapped around her, very, skin-tight silks. And she runs a hand over Morton's shoulder and goes, "I've never seen anyone use a cudgel like that before."
Morton breathes heavily. Silk is his favorite fabric.
Does she have like the slit up the leg with the dress?
Have we eaten our? Have
Not
we
yet.
served food yet?
No. This is while everyone's just getting back to their thing.
All right. I'm eyeing her up and down, but I'm mostly admiring the dress. I rub my fat fingers on the fabric and inspect it.
It's smooth between your fingers, and
Can I roll a seamstress check?
yes.
You actually have that?
No. Yes, I have it, but I fail to.
25% chance of going after Morton, 75% chance of going after Hrun. The woman goes for Morton.
Excuse me. I am radiating daylight in a 60-foot radius around me. The entire bar is glowing.
Yes. She runs her hand through the back of your hair, kind of grabbing it at the roots and giving it a slight tug. Leans in close and whispers something in your ear.
Yeah, there should have been a 5% chance for Nana.
Right? Like, she could have been into chicks. Especially hot elven chicks who can fight off big-ass dudes.
All right. I've re-rolled with the 5% chance for Nana. Taken Nana into account, and it was not her.
You didn't whisper me whatever she said in my ear, Neil. Are you not gonna Skype message me the? No, I'm just kidding.
Sure, I'll Skype message you what she's going to say.
I thought she actually had something to say, or is she?
She's Bill Murraying it. Oh.
There. She whispers something into your ear and gives you a bit of a tug on your hair and starts walking intentionally, seductively towards the back door of the bar.
Holy Lord, Martha, bless me. Yeah. No, I don't even know.
I don't even know what 3 of those words are.
Do a willpower saving throw?
Sure, whatever you want, man. It's your character.
We'll see. We can think about it and we can pan back to the rest of the party and see what they're
Well, I need to know if you exit the bar or not.
No, I'm waiting for my ribs. I have 4 ribs. And try and convince her to.
He's got a better offer.
Show up at the biker bar. The hot 80s biker chick tries to take you outside. And you're like, no. Hold on, the ribs are coming. The ribs are coming.
Basically,
like 5 minutes later, she walks back in a huff, walks right up to Morton, aims a slap in his face that Morton somehow manages to dodge, and then spits at your feet and goes back to the table that she was sitting at before.
Wow.
That was.
Do I see this whole thing unfurl?
Yes, everyone sees the whole thing unfurl.
Oh, so then everyone in the bar is laughing hysterically.
Some people are. Most people have seen this sort of thing before and move on. All right. You guys get some ribs, and we'll just say this encounter was representative of what you do for the rest of the evening.
Morton gets slapped by a few more women.
It's a rowdy evening, and you guys manage to put down a few fights.
Yeah.
A band comes and plays. They're pretty damn good. The crowd gets up. There's a lot of dancing, a few inappropriate gropings, some more cudgeling, dragging people outside, a few more fights. A few guys get pantsed by their fellow guys. By the end of the night, you've got like 15 people that have been kicked out of the bar, including a couple of women for inappropriate groping of men.
Or priests.
Well, no priests. Only the one.
No one else tries to grip my breastplate?
No. No.
Damn.
And the night ends. You guys wake up the next morning. The proprietor says, well, I'll be sorry to see you guys go. If you ever want to retire from the adventuring life and come tend to be a bouncer here, we'd love to have you at the Double Deuce.
Oh, I never did hear. Are there dangerous creatures up on the Horn?
Oh, yeah, super dangerous.
Yeah.
What kind?
Well, there's the Matador lives up there. He's pretty dangerous. There's also trolls.
Isn't that Elven for killer?
No. Maybe. I don't speak elf. Let's see. There's some hobgoblins. There's a couple of trolls. There's a wyvern. All sorts of nasty stuff. But I thought you were headed to the Lupin lore.
I thought so too.
Well, yeah, but if there's a dragon along the way, I mean, we're not going to turn that down.
No, there hasn't been a dragon in Drekis in a long time.
So what would you say is the best route from here to the Lupin lore?
I would go south of the Great Horn. Across the Tempian Range at its most narrow. Well, at its most wide, but its least high. And I'd head into Rencor. Anyway, here's your payment for the day. He hands you guys a big bag of coins. Goes, it was a lucrative night last night. Thanks for stirring up the crowd.
Cool.
You mean keeping the peace?
A little bit of both.
Wow.
Is there any silver in here? I'm gonna need some silver soon.
Sorry, just gold.
Oh,
How much
Can I
cash?
trade you some gold for silver?
We'll need to find a silversmith anyways. We can stop by
Probably the
Rencor.
Rencor is probably where we need to go for that.
How
I
much?
have silver just to be prepared?
I've got tons of silver. I'll trade you silver for 1 silver for 1 gold. How much do you want to trade?
Oh, that's a
Wait,
horrible.
what did you just say?
How much gold do we get from the barkeep?
Oh, yeah, let's
100 gold.
Whoa.
100
100
gold.
Well, there was a big bar. There were like
We've been doing
500
it wrong
people there.
questing in
Clearly.
Rossville this whole time. The economy's fucked.
Yeah, screw all this stuff.
A
we
day
do
to
for
the
that.
west and an adventurer can make 100 gold in a night. So
It's the wrong bar.
so we each get 33. Who gets the extra gold? I don't really care.
I don't care.
Haroon,
I don't use that much.
Why don't we just use the extra gold to buy as much bison as we can for...
Sure, we spent the extra
For
gold,
the
so we
road.
made it an even 99, and we stocked up on bison jerky.
Perfect.
As much as we could
Awesome.
load up on the poor donkey. I have 200 silver, 270 silver. If you want to exchange, I'll give you 10 silver for the gold.
I mean, yeah, I just want like 10 silver. I'll trade you 1 gold for it.
Sure.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
All
But
right.
we'll need to buy silvered weapons are going to be expensive. They're like 10 times the cost.
They are 10 times the cost of standard weapons.
So yeah, we'll see what we can come up with.
right.
I'll just rememorize whatever spells I had before.
You guys head on to the Lupin lore the next day.
Well, you can set lycanthropes on fire, right?
You can.
Yeah, aren't they all?
We'll
Aren't
just
they?
get fire things. Those are cheaper.
It's a 2-day journey to Rencor. It's a 2.5-day journey to Rencor, actually. But if you guys push it, you can do it in 2 days. Those are 2 very uneventful days hiking through the wilderness. You see creatures far off in the distance, but nothing really comes close. At one point, you think you see a flock of griffins overhead, but they are well out of range or in shouting distance, and they ignore you.
What if we wave our hands a lot? Can we get them to pay attention?
No, they got bigger fish to fry.
I doubt that. But
You guys arrive in Rencor 2 days later, late in the evening. The sun's already gone down. You're walking by the light of Morton's armor. And as you pull into the seaside town, we will take our next break. See you guys in a few minutes. Bye-bye.